Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And here we are talking about all things real estate again. And so thank you for joining us. If you haven't, please take a few minutes and subscribe to the channel, like the video. It just helps us get the word out. And if there's anything that you are saying, hey, I'd really like to hear you guys talk about something, please put it in the comments, and we'll do our best to get over to whatever it is that you think is important for you to know and of value for you to know. But today, we want to talk about what's going on in the market.
Right. So we're entering into March now.
Right.
Right. We got the stats. Not that we want to drown everybody in all the numbers and what they, this place sold for this or this many units or that many units.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I find that quite boring.
Yeah.
I kind of want to have the quick snapshot of like what's it actually like out there.
Right.
On the ground in the trenches. Right.
Yeah. I'm not the analytics guy.
Yeah,
right.
I like to interpret the numbers. I don't want to.
Yeah, we need to. The numbers are relevant and they're important.
Yeah.
But we also need to know. I think practically, how does this apply to me? How does as a homeowner or as a seller, as a buyer, how does this apply to me? What is this telling me about the value of my home or the strategy for its sale or my purchase or those? That's where I think, and that's what we want to do here is we want to make it relevant for where it applies to you, and it's not just numbers.
Yeah, we're here to interpret the data.
Yeah.
So obviously, it can be it could change depending on the kind of home that you have. That it might be in high demand, it might not be, or it could be something very custom that people are not normally looking for. So it really depends on the situation. Location matters so much.
Right.
But in general, we'll talk about the numbers. So let's say this is the market review from what's happened.
Okay, we're I'm not sure when you're going to see this. It's basically the start of March right now. So we're 2 months into 2023. And what do we see?
Well, it seems that the multiple offers are happening. They're happening, and this is like, oh, that's not news to me. They're happening more often in core Victoria compared to outside of Victoria. I'm not saying they don't happen. Right. It's just the frequency of multiple offers or selling for full price is always closer to town. It's been like this historically.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What are we at? Oh, we like talking about how much inventory is out there. I would love to see 3,000, 3,500 listings out there. My clients would have lots of choices.
Right.
Everybody would be a little bit cool about not rushing into purchasing a home.
Right.
And vice versa.
Sure.
It's a little bit more challenging, more work to sell a house.
Yeah.
But then those people, I think, would be very happy that they got, and they may not have that buyer's remorse happening. So we're looking at 1,800 listings at this point.
Okay.
So giving you a context, 3,500, 3,000 listings, I think would be a balanced market where we should be. That would be great. 1,800 listings, to put that in perspective, I looked back, I talked to the tech department at the real estate board because it was almost impossible to find these numbers. I wanted to find a graph showing me what's the history of active listings. And it's easy to find, what are the sale prices, how many units sold, but I want to know how many active listings were out there because that's what we're kind of looking at.
Sure, yeah.
So back in 2004, if anybody remembers, we had 1,800 listings in February. And this built up to 2007. We had, 2004, I bought my condo, we had a fixed rate of 5.5%. Well, doesn't that sound familiar to today? Right. Now, the prices were completely different.
Sure.
But that was a time where we led up to a busier and busier market all the way up to 2007. And then I saw it again in 2016 and 2017, which were busy markets that flattened out before COVID. And then during COVID, it was under 1,000. They were like 850 listings. So it was under 1,000 during the COVID years.
Right.
So now we've returned to 1,800.
Right.
and we did just under 500 sales, so 450 sales or something like that.
Sure.
So we're looking at a 20%. That translates to 20% absorption. That would mean we would have 4.5 months of inventory, which is a balanced market at this point.
So,
but those kind of numbers were preceding busy times.
right.
So that's what I wanted to say about those numbers.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things I would say that I've certainly seen here in the last, I don't know, say the last several weeks, last couple of months, certainly, where, I've been out with clients and we're looking at condos and we're starting to, actually we end up in multiples 3 times.
For condos.
For condos.
For not
Not new construction. No,
Yeah.
no, existing condos, and in the Victoria area, the core.
In the core.
We looked at some stuff in Saanich and stuff too, but mostly in the core. So, to reiterate what you're saying, I think we are starting to see some more multiple offers, and I've heard from other agents they're starting to see multiple offers. They're starting to see some prices that they're going over the asking price, and we're seeing things go a little bit over, but there's been a couple that have been pretty significantly over. So, I think that's a part of people figuring out also what is the new normal? What does life look like with interest rates where they are, right? And, for me, it's funny. I grew up in Alberta in the late 70s and in the 80s. So I remember getting my first car loan and thinking I'd got such a smoking deal as I was a teenager or whatever, and because it was something like 13.5 or 14.5 or 15.5% interest.
Yeah.
So this is almost a credit card.
Yeah.
For your car loan. And I remember thinking, wow, look at this great deal I have, on my car. What?
But you can make the payments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was like, whatever. That was normal then.
That's interesting that you say that. I was watching a video comparing interest rates to like what American car payments would be. And the argument was that people don't care about what the interest rate is what the payments they can make.
Yeah.
So how long, and the way to negotiate that, and I don't know anything about buying cars, they would ask for, well, can we extend the payments? They don't care as long as they can make the payments.
Okay.
So I was like, that's an interesting way to do that.
So,
but we can't apply that to real estate.
Well, in one sense you can, because it's not the interest rates, it's what do I want to pay every month?
Yeah.
And what level of home does that afford me? Or do I need to have a different plan where maybe I need a bigger down payment? Maybe I need to work on, and we've talked about that in other videos about, getting things like getting your home ready for sale for top dollar. And then what can I do so that I can, be prepared for the next step up, whether it's putting more aside, maybe it's paying off some debt, things like that. But you do that based on, this is the number I would like to have for my monthly payment, right?
That's right. I'm relating it back to the car program where you can go back to the dealership and try to negotiate for a longer term.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
real estate you can't do that.
Right.
But you just said it. You can go look at your finances. If you have a debt over here, you may be able to borrow more money on a mortgage, and then pay off your debt that way.
Yeah.
And put it into like
You
a
just-
longer term.
Yeah, you're moving it.
So there could be ways to finagle
Yeah.
that with somebody
In the end,
clever, right?
Yeah, and in
Yeah.
the end, that may not be the best idea, because you've taken whatever that thing is that you're going to pay off in 4 years, and now it's 25 years.
There was I don't know if anybody remembers, if there's realtors or somebody watching this, there was a condo building being a brand new condo building, and for the promotion they were going to include a smart car.
Okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, so you want a 25-year mortgage on your smart car? Yeah, that's smart. But they were selling the condos.
Yeah, I think I know which building you're talking about too. Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't mention that.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
But either way, right? It looks that the market is affecting the entry level portion of the market the most.
Yeah.
Because I'm still seeing the higher end sales.
Yeah.
Still happening. Bear Mountain had a record setting sale price for a single family home.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, at that higher end of the market, it doesn't seem like they're being affected at this point. So
Yeah.
that might artificially reflect in a higher median or average sale price being reported.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
there's a lot of like more affordable regular houses.
Yeah.
Not the fancy schmancy houses.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what's going on in the market in a general kind of way. And, you know, if you want to know about, hey, how does that apply to me, or how can I use that information in my everyday, what I'm going to do with my home or future plans for buying a home, you know, certainly reach out to us. You can, I think our contact information is in the comments or somewhere.
It's always in the description below.
In the description, yeah. So you can reach out to us directly, put it in the comments for the video. And as we asked before, if you haven't, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel, like the video. It helps us to get the word out. And if you think there's some good information here, let people know that, hey, there's a couple of guys who are just sitting around and having a talk every week and just chatting about what's going on in the world of real estate, and sometimes stuff that's not in real estate. We did the restaurant video. We've got some other videos coming up for things like that.
It's hard not to share the great place that we live in, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if it's somebody still coming to Victoria, planning on moving here,
Yeah.
you know, we don't dive into too much detail, but we talk about some of the favorite things and some of the stuff that our clients have shared with us, right?
For sure. So so help us out with that. Let people know if you think they find value in this or enjoy watching it or listening to it. And like I said, just take a few minutes and subscribe to the channel and like. That'd be great for us.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.
See ya.